Namaskar. Friends, in today's right angle, I am going to discuss something which is not exactly in tune with the current news, that is flowing everywhere. As you know, it is the election season, and we just election season in the sense that the results of 4 or 5 important states have been just out. And everybody now is interested in who is going to be chief minister of those states, and the politicking behind the choice of who the CMs will be, perhaps is attracting the wide public interest today. But then when I say that, I am going to say something different, because I must admit that I have been provoked to come and rather bring this topic. You see, provoked means provoked by the particularly the type of comments, the type of analysis, and the type of predictions that one sees these days in social media. And what is happening is that now that they have been comprehensively defeated now in the elections, what these people who have got this pathological hatred for or towards our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi now are saying that, look, this man was talking of being the Vishwa Guru, and was coming so close to these Western countries, but look, he has made us a laughing stock now, because the America is going away, Britain is going away, Canada has already gone. मेरा पॉइंट ये है भाई, आप भाई मोदी का विरोध करो, by all means you do it, and that is what a vibrant democracy is all about. There must be different or contrary opinions, contrary suggestions. But to hate a person so much, personally, and just because you hate that person so much, what you are doing, you are not realizing that you are indulging in some things, or you are unconsciously, or I do not know what is the proper word, I am not finding to express. आप जो देश विरोधी ताकत ताकते हैं कि देश विरोधी जो है, which are totally anti-national, not in that sense I am talking of this, ये जो political this criticism against this Modi government and those people who do not agree are anti-nationals. But the fact, I am not talking in that sense, but the point is, here you are not also hesitating to champion the cause of these very people who do not want the unity and the integrity of the country. And here particularly I am talking of these Khalistanis abroad. And why I am making this thing, I not only the social media that I read or have been reading continuously, and then some of those important Western publications, like I think yesterday some Canadian paper, what is its name, Globe and Mail, they wrote a full long 1-page editorial, and I think Washington Post also carried an editorial either yesterday or day before, I exactly don't remember, and saying that what the hell India is doing, this authoritarian country is killing our citizens on our soil. Who are those so-called citizens, quote and unquote? There was one Sikh separatist who we had, a hardcore terrorist. His name was Hardeep Singh Nizar in Canada, and that what happened subsequently is very well known. And now the thing is that it is the American government now has brought out this issue that this guy, what is that, Gurwan Singh Panun, I think he's a citizen of both US and Canada, and he said something, and the argument is that some Indian arms dealer, his name is some Nikhil Gupta, was who's arms dealer, drug trafficker. He was arrested in Czechoslovakia. How he was arrested and how America came to know this, that also remains a big mystery. And from there he was shifted to New York, and interrogating him, it was found out that there is a handler in one of our paramilitary agency who wanted Gupta to arrange the killing of Panun, an American citizen. And you know who this Panun is, who had threatened that Air India plane ko uda dega, wo karega. They want to create Khalistan, and that Khalistan will be stretching from none of them now talks of our the great Ranjit Singh's empire, whose capital was Lahore. उनका खालिस्तान में लाहौर नहीं है, उनका खालिस्तान से दिल्ली है. तो वो अलग बात है. लेट्स नॉट टॉक अबाउट दैट. बट द पॉइंट इज दैट द some Indian government official, that means India was planning to assassinate the American citizen there. It is a big issue, and so much so that the White House has spoken about it. Their national security advisor has spoken about it. I think their Department of State has also spoken about it. And I think right now, I think their deputy national security advisor perhaps is in Delhi. He was there in Delhi yesterday. Though very responsible statements have come from all these quarters. They are very worried about this. They want India's cooperation. But unlike what the Canadian did, they all are talking of the importance of relations with India, and the importance that they wanted to settle it, and they want cooperation, how to solve this problem, how to settle this issue. But the point is, here I would like to say कि ये जो पॉलिसी जो है, you are not talking, I am talking of America, forget about Canada, I am talking of US. President Biden says repeatedly that the most meaningful relationship that United States will have with any country in the world, then that is India. And we have definitely come much closer on many global issues, whether it is our the geopolitically speaking, our consensus in this part of what we call the Indo-Pacific area, climate issues, and the Quad. Obviously, the Indo-US and then very closer cooperation in the fields of defense. And what not, in what you say, education, science and technology. Obviously, India and US relations have come up a great, rather has seen a very quantum jump, in the sense that if earlier people are saying the Indo-US relations were marked by more downs than ups, now I think over the last say 15, 20 years, I think, since the presidency of Mr. Bush, and then subsequently Obama administration, then Mr. Trump, and now Biden. I mean, it has been marked by more ups and ups. And whether this down, the point is that this down on this Khalistani issue, if this issue is going to take away or rather overshadow all other important positive developments that have taken place between the two countries, then I think we cannot say that our relationship between the two countries have really undergone very transformative changes. Just there was some planning to kill an American citizen. Who that American citizen is? He is a known branded Khalistani terrorist. You know that when the relations, friendly relations between countries and nations one talks about, there is one particular clause. Even I think our constitution also says something. If you do something that damages a country's external relations, I think our Indian rules and our conventions are absolutely clear on that. If you really damage the friendly relations of India with another country deliberately, then you can be taken to task by the government. And the same thing should be there, as far as US is concerned, or for that matter, Canada is concerned. Who are these people? These people want to disintegrate India. On your soil, they give open threats. And they do indulge in all sorts of terrorist activities, of which that famous Air India plane Kanishka was blown away with 230 people were killed. And these Khalistanis were responsible for the assassination of one of our prime ministers. And how the Punjab was burning by these people. Mercifully, the people of and obviously the people of Punjab were terrorized by them. That chapter is over. But here these very people want to revive that chapter, or rather have make a new chapter. And you want India's disintegration, and in the process you are being helped. It is an open secret by the ISI of Pakistan. Help means financial, material, and what not. And all these things are taking place on your soil. You are threatening, you are communalizing the thing, now saying the Hindus in America and Canada will not be safe. Our diplomats are not the safe. And these very people, if one of them, and I do not know, that has to be proved substantially in a court, but then on your guess and how you intercepted, how you knew that he was a handler, on that basis the entire relations with another countries is being overshadowed, then I think it is not worth talking of if President Biden says that the most important relations of the United States these days or this century will be with India. So this is one part of it. The second part is that what moral right of all the countries does the United States have? आपने क्या किया? आपका रिकॉर्ड क्या है? फॉर दैट मैटर इवन इन ब्रिटेन, फ्रांस, इन लोगों का रिकॉर्ड क्या है भाई? आपने क्या किया? आपने इफ आई सी ओसामा बिन लादेन को 2011 में आपने पाकिस्तान का सॉइल में मारा. आप अगेन पाकिस्तान अफगानिस्तान बॉर्डर में वो मारा कब? 2011. बाइडेन साहब का रेजिम में उसका जो सक्सेसर कोई था लादेन का, अलकायदा का, उसका नाम था अल जवाहिरी, वो 2022 में आपने उसको मारा. देन आपने इससे पहले जो ट्रंप साहब थे, मेरा ख्याल में वो ईरान का एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट जनरल था, उसका नाम सलमानी, आई थिंक सलमानी. You killed him through drone attack in 2020 when he was coming from Iraq to Iran on the way. And then मैंने जैसे बोला कि ये अमेरिका का रिसेंट इंसिडेंट्स में बता रहा हूं. आपका जो है एंटी अमेरिका का जो इंटरेस्ट, नेशनल इंटरेस्ट को जो खिलाफ में है, आप उसको मार सकते हैं. And I really do not know, obviously, diplomatically speaking, you can't, say it openly. I'm talking of the government of, India. But, in my mind, they say that, it is not our policy to do it. I'm talking of Modi government, policy, it is assassinations on foreign soil. But my point is that even if it is true, then, one should not be very defensive about it. When these very people on your soil are working day in and day out to disintegrate India, and you do not do anything, you say that उनका freedom of speech कि something but भाई इन लोगों का freedom of speech नहीं था क्या जिन लोगों को वापस मारे ने? Did you get their version? Did you try them? You could have asked those countries concerned to arrest them. Then you would have taken them. नहीं तो आपने सीधा मार सकते हैं पूरा, कोई मौका नहीं देंगे इनको, तो आप कर सकते हैं. बट बाकी कोई कंट्रीज का हमारा नेशनल इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. हमारा दैट ये इंडिया का यूनिटी एंड इंटेग्रिटी पर कोई भी गवर्नमेंट का वो नहीं देखेगा. वो देखेगा आपके थ्रू में देखेगा व्हाट द वे यू डिफाइन इंटरनेशनल लॉ, कोट अनकोट. व्हाट दिस लॉ यू आर टॉकिंग ऑफ? आपका जो दूसरा अलाई, आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ इसराइल फॉर इंस्टेंस, ये जो कितने किए हैं. आई थिंक देयर इज ए वेरी फेमस बुक केम इन 2018. उन्होंने कैलकुलेट किया गया था कि इन बिटवीन 1972 एंड 2018 Israel had killed 2,700 such persons on foreign soil who were working or planning to damage Israel. ये ब्रिटेन एंड फ्रांस, उनका ये ड्रोन अटैक्स पे वो लीबिया में क्या किए हैं, सीरिया में क्या किए थे, दैट ऑल्सो नोबडी टॉक्स अबाउट. इवन अमेरिका में आपने जो यमन में क्या क्या, लीबिया, वो जो दी वे यू बम्बार्डेड things of and then what you did in Iraq, what you did in Afghanistan. Broadly, I'm not talking of these particular individuals. I'm talking of overall. You systematically went on assassinating अमेरिका का दुश्मन और ब्रिटेन का दुश्मन और फ्रांस का दुश्मन. भाई अगर कोई इंडिया का कोई दुश्मन अगर वो करते हैं and you do not have any, you apprehend that ये इन पर अटेम्प्ट हुआ था. भाई these people, I think ये बोलना बड़ा जरूरी है. ये जो खालिस्तानी जो है, जो अमेरिका से काम करते हैं कि जो कनाडा से करते हैं, ये कानून जैसे आदमी और निजार जैसे आदमी, इनका पैसा कहाँ से आता है? ISI देता है. बट दे ऑल्सो डू दिस ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग, ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग, ये ट्रैफिकिंग ऑफ दिस स्मॉल आर्म्स. भाई जितने गलत काम है करके वो कर रहे हैं, पैसा कमा रहे हैं. एंड यू नो इट. आई थिंक दिस अमेरिकन investigating agencies or even Canadian investigating agencies, they have been admitted it. You see their reports. It very much very clearly mentioned that these people have got the links, but you do not do anything. And अगर suppose कोई इंडियन, कोई पैट्रियट इन इंडियन, आई थिंक अगर वो निखिल गुप्ता ने कोशिश कर रहा था, आई थिंक निखिल गुप्ता को तो क्या करेंगे वो तो अलग बात है. बट अगर वो इंडिया में आए, आई विल रिकमेंड द मोदी गवर्नमेंट टू रियली उसको गार्लैंड देना चाहिए. गार्लैंड हार पहना के उसको कुछ ये करना चाहिए. ये दिस इज द होल थिंग. एंड देन यू आर नॉट टॉकिंग ऑफ दिस. एंड आप हैरान होंगे अमेरिका का दिस, दे आर टॉकिंग ऑफ लॉ, ह्यूमन राइट्स. उनका क्या लॉ देखिए, आप जानते हैं. आई थिंक टिल दिस ओबामा administration came, I think it was sometime, Obama came of course in 2008 I think, और 2012-13 तक ये जितने सब assassinations हो रहा था ना, you know that the CIA is very notorious. Though I'll read it out. Washington Post का जो editorial है, the egregious, they have a word, use the word, I'll read it. egregious this thing, but then what you have done, इसको छोड़िए, तो आपने जो किए हैं, CIA का रोल इज वेरी वेल नोन. तो व्हाट ये ओबामा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन जब आया तो उन्होंने क्या किया कि वो इतना बदनाम हो गए थे एंड इतना अभ्यास हो गया था वो CIA का डर्टी रोल, उसने बोला कि अभी ये जो असैसिनेशन अगर कोई बाहर फॉरेन सॉइल में हम करेंगे अमेरिकन का दुश्मन को, दैट जॉब was taken away from CIA and was given to Pentagon, their Department of State. That's why as I said, वो जो उसामा बिन लादेन बरा उनका जो स्पेशल फोर्सेस आके किए, वो नेवी वाले आके किए, फॉर इंटर जो ड्रोन वाला जो आजकल है, आजकल CIA इतना that task has been shifted from the hands of the CIA to Department of Defense, that Pentagon. तो ये तो आपका ओपनली सारा चर्चा हुआ इस पे, पर आपने तो ये तो सारा इट इज एन ऑब्वियस थिंग दैट आप यही करते रहते थे, आप अभी भी करेंगे. एक एजेंसी के हाथ से छुड़ा के आपने दूसरा डिपार्टमेंट को आप दे रहे हैं. पर सबसे हास्यास्पद बात, आई फील लाइक लाफिंग द वे अमेरिकन्स हैव जस्टिफाइड दिस. दे से दैट जब अमेरिका इज indulging in some armed conflict with some power or some group, whether they are state or some non-state actors, then they can kill them. So हमने ओसामा बिन लादेन को मारा because that time Americans are fighting against Taliban and Al Qaeda in Afghanistan. If that is the case, आपने वो ईरानियन जनरल को क्यों मारा भाई? यू आर नॉट हैविंग ए वॉर देयर विथ ईरान. यू आर नॉट एक्चुअली हैविंग ए वॉर विथ इराक ऑल्सो, बिकॉज ही वाज कमिंग फ्रॉम इराक एंड ईरान, यू किल्ड हिम. This is all vague arguments. So what they are saying now, they do not use the word now assassination. ये ओबामा वर्ड रेजिम आने के बाद ये जब रूल चेंज किए, उन्होंने बोले कि द अमेरिका मस्ट हैव राइट टू एंटिसिपेटरी सेल्फ डिफेंस, कोट अनकोट, राइट टू एंटिसिपेटरी सेल्फ डिफेंस. उसमें क्या होगा, जो असैसिनेशन वर्ड अभी यूज नहीं होगा, वो टारगेटेड किलिंग होगा. सो इफ फॉर इंस्टेंस दे से दैट वी believe and we are convinced that particular person will be coming and doing something against US, or will be indulging in some concrete terrorist activity, then we can kill him. Anticipatory self, otherwise वो हमको आके हमारा कुछ हानि कर देता. You otherwise would have come and harmed us, otherwise he would have come and attacked us. So you have got this, as I said, this quote unquote anticipatory self defense. इंडिया का नहीं है भाई. जैसे मैंने बोला भाई, वो बोल रहे हैं कि हमारा देश तोड़ के दिल्ली में कैपिटल बनाएंगे खालिस्तान का, आधा यूपी भी ले जाएंगे. बोल रहे हैं कि उनका जो नया जो खालिस्तान मैप है, वो आई लास्ट माई कोलीग्स आपको दिखाएंगे इनका जो प्रपोज्ड खालिस्तानी मैप. और उसमें लाहौर नहीं है जहां रंजीत सिंह जी का कैपिटल था, वो पाकिस्तान उनका लिए गुरुजी हैं, वो अलग बात है. एंड यू हैव ऑलरेडी किल्ड वन ऑफ आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स, यू हैव ऑलरेडी क्या हमने जैसे बोला कि एयर इंडिया, एंड देन यू आर रिवाइविंग ए वेरी पीसफुल पीपल. हमारा पंजाब नाउ इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पीसफुल स्टेट्स. They are doing well, like the rest of the country. और उनका भी जो भी problem, that is our internal problem, we are sorting it out. And तुम वहाँ आके एक secessionist and terrorist movement को करोगे, and if we take any action against them, and after relentless request to those countries, whether it is Britain, whether it is USA, whether it is Canada, भाई आपका सॉइल में ये जो हैं उनको भाई उनका एक्टिविटीज पर आप कुछ न कर्टेल कीजिए. आपने तो करते नहीं हो. एंड देन सपोज ये जो you are again anticipating something, some drug trap के ये हमारा citizen को मार देता, भाई कौन सा valuable citizen वो है? I like to say, भाई why you are so much concerned about a terrorist who you awarded citizenship say 10, 15, 20 years back. What is his contribution to your country, your national economy? I think lots of our this Indian diaspora, you see what is their contribution to US and US economy and US society. What these guys are doing is these guys anticipating that he would have been killed. You are making it a big issue, and you are writing, your American papers are writing op-eds, editorials, what and what not. And then our these आत्मघाती देशद्रोही वालों ने इनको कोट करके बोले, अरे भाई मोदी तो गया, मोदी ने तो उड़ा दिया, नाक कटवा दिया. I think this is most unfortunate thing. I think these जो भी है, I am quite sure our the government is dealing with whether it is US or Canada or Britain. I am quite sure they are doing it. I am quite confident that this issue would be sorted out, because the overall relationship, overall mutual interests are so overwhelming that for this a terrorist on your soil and his life is not that important that अगर तराजू में होगा तो वो इतना बढ़ जाएगा, बाकी सब आपका ओवरऑल हमारा जितना बाकी म्यूचुअल इंटरेस्ट सब इतना नीचे आ जाएगा. बट मोर डेंजरस देन दैट इज दिस ट्रेंड. ये जो इंडियंस है हमारा, जिसको ये जो 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 बिल्कुल दो जो हैव गॉट दैट पैथोलॉजिकल हेट्रेड फॉर मोदी, वो इतना खुश हो रहे हैं. आई थिंक दैट इज द मोस्ट अनफॉर्चुनेट. एंड आई थिंक these people must be exposed, and they should be actually socially boycotted. That is what I think should be done to them. I personally am going to do to them. These people, I am going to socially boycott them. And with this, let me take a break here. Thank you for your patience.